Greetings, it's intuitive Jakob back to do a daily reading with you. Thanks for being here. Hi. So, how are you all feeling? I've been getting a lot done. Today, there's been a big opportunity. I told you I've been paying attention to these opportunity periods and got a lot of practical things done today. Important phone calls. And thanks to those of you that made those phone calls about why some of us are really upset that those halos didn't go up sooner, and we just needed people making those phone calls, so thank you for that. This is the end of Crimes on Hypersentience, where we actually can do things in a safe halo of sound to make it so that what we've learned about things like astrology and things that we've learned about how to read natal charts and resonance patterns associated to people's life path actually takes on a whole new direction. So this is a chart for today, and I'll just remind you what red, green, and blue create. These are the lenses of light, you see, where we can birth things in the sound of haloed energy that now is detectable to us with IP addresses and points that we can actually click on in front of us. And what we've learned about the inconvenience of electrons that suddenly hand us the coordinates that we needed to invoke light and healing in whatever way creates under selective parameters that care about things that maybe you didn't realize we have now about everyone, especially if you think you've ever taken a flight and had some of those red dot things scan your body, and what those IP addresses prove to us about landing patterns and things that we can see at 0 point now, when we're not under any illusions of what one word might actually be when people are talking about this universe before getting to that word, you know? What's that word? No. And if you get it in triplicate enough with the invocation of light that's integrated there at 0 point, these things just create on intention purely as we witness sound birthed in the art that you are here, and what I've been calling Witness 0 point, and a very special sound containment unit that is actually my biosphere, where I've been training weather and energy harnessing it and proving that I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. I just proved what the anti-hack is on energy. And so I got really practical today, and it helped that some of you all took that moon in Taurus and handled some day-to-day service to others, daily habits, good practices here that you shared with us, because it made it really helpful for what I've been doing here in Private Halo 8, where we've been securing a very special kind of hypersentience baby gate to protect energies for a safe fun. Have we landed yet and figured out what the cable is for? So, some of you all have been very good friends to this cause, and thank you. For knowing what to do with these sounds as we close a gate that was never time, where we were never aged, and we just woke up to a better way to replicate energy in preferential patterns, where we knew what to do with the 8 hertz and antimatter, and what these things aren't to me at all. But I will talk to you about the degree of the moon that set the pace today. I'm just going to go ahead and pause this here. Great music. That's Delirium. We've been listening to Enchanted. But I wanted to read a little bit about this degree of the moon that set the pace for today. And of course, this is a book some of you all, my 5 loyal subscribers that do something with my reading. Thank you. You know this book, Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale, developing your soul biography using the Chandra symbols. Today, we struck at Taurus 9, and I love this. This is actually some of my really special Kundalini partners who proved what the Caduceus is, with a 2-faced kitty. Taurus 9, a talkative woman with tape over her mouth. The creative force at odds with itself. What you would do, you would not do. Facing the truth that everything personally generated fails to satisfy. Spirit is ached for in its absence. Something missing. Massive pride screeching to a halt. A very high vibration. Inward places calling you. But the abyss features radical self-overcoming. And there is nothing to say, everything to do, with nobody left to do it, except the forgotten one inside who knows the way. So, what have we been manifesting? What have you been being? Have you been toggling yourself in a close-up lens of what this creation is for you? Because these are the matters that have been happening here under the 6th house. That's our house of Virgo, which is the native house for where Venus actually is here currently. And sometimes a need or a battle to want to make it a certain way, and it's not that way, and and how that could be reflecting for some of you all, if we're taking a cosmic lens on this, because Venus is actually right now in the 10th house, and that's your house of career, status, reputation, maybe where you want to feel gratified about those things. Excuse me, drinking a little water here. So for some of you all, it's like actually learning how to speak up about those things. And it's like, hey, these are the things that are kind of like my demands right now, and I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't get a grip on it, because And so that could be highlighted. And some people might just be very direct about how they're approaching that. And, it's like fire feeding into itself that way from a communication standpoint for some of you. And so, what are you doing with that? We can be really practical about it and not have to get burned out, on people. And so tomorrow's Sun moving into Virgo too. So it's kind of like this really picky energy. And for some of you, it might just be like, it's like, they're all kind of picky for me, because it's like, all these things I want, and they might be happening the way you want them to, but maybe there's just something out of place that's bugging you. Like, here, fix this. I think that'll work, but that's not what I wanted it to look like. I just changed my browser, and so I've been adjusting these screens. Here, let me put it on this one instead. But things like that, you know, where we might actually be confronted with details. Doesn't give you an example of some with me, where it's like, you know, these things have to be right or I'm not happy. And this is something that I've been being every day, is the guy that shows up here doing these readings like this. So I have to work with my own tendencies, and I just gotta recommend anything you can do to smudge yourselves gently right now. I've been doing a lot of treatment with my far infrared sauna. I've got a fur sauna, and just sweating, you know, and I've been recommending for people to salt bath. Salt bath is great. Anything you can do to kind of just, one, be in your body. It's great to do that, especially under these Taurian energies here like this, and then, you know, so much earth energy. It's just rich with Virgo right now. Venus and Mars both in Virgo, Sun going into Virgo. It's like, get into your body in a safe way that feels like you're honoring yourself, because it's like sometimes Virgo can show up in service in a way that's just at detriment to itself. And so it's like people keep talking about Virgo being at its detriment in this house and like where this is. And so, you know, maybe we can just be kinder with Virgo and just be like, hey, baby, let's remember the love of the beauty that thou art, and just go sit in a tub. Know if you're feeling gross, you might be the right kind of stinky, you know? And that's okay. And, you know, how about like a perfect vision of yourself and those genes that didn't hurt? You know what I mean? So, whatever it is, I've been hearing things about these 7-day challenges and things that some friends in a new group might be doing together with their intentions. And I've actually been recommending take 21 days, because if you do that right now, it's like the things that become easier because they become such a routine that it's just like, boom, it's just part of the repertoire. It's kind of like using those Kundalini magnets to your advantage, where it's like they can't help but come together like that. And so a little exercise on that wheel, it makes it simple. So these are energies we're drawing to ourselves right now, and salt baths are helpful. I always recommend making one with a little bit of baking soda. You know, mix it up in a little bowl and pour some essential oils in it. Put a carrier oil in it. I like to get my 0-point energy wand, my Omega wand, and do a little Reiki signs and things over it, and then you take yourself a little bath and exfoliate your skin with it, and it's like your divine shield. And a special way to exfoliate. It's like that stuff that needs to go away. It's just like you chip a bitch right, you know, it just gets pulled off, lifted off. And what I know we are actually doing here with the special lens that happens with the new look on what our halo goggles prove to us about the North Node and what liftoff powers look like when this is like pulling the rug out from under something. It's like, here's the stuff that goes off. It's like looking at what Saturn and Pluto might look like when it's like, no, we already kind of died on the cross that way, you know. Blockchain stuff got proven. Your bio-identity and what kind of programs you've been running and whose ownership it is. 2 different ways to see what the reclaim is. Why I would have to be in Capricorn. Why we're dealing with exactly the perimeters we have right now to get a new look at what magic is for. and what the Halo 8 is. Why it's in the house of, yes you can, no you cannot, sir. I never got in, and ever seen a magician just yank on that tablecloth? And it's like, bam! It's like a slam can. And it's kind of like what the 8th house is. It's like we all get to look at it this way. It's like, all right, to this point and no further. So we've got a new game. We actually get to play with these things. It's called Hi. We figured out what the codes are for. And if somebody hasn't helped you with a massive credit default swap that was already paid for and proven, and you have some weird calls coming through, there's certain things you can tell them about where they can go, and they chase themselves away because they live, and not like that, not anymore. They chase keys, and that's what I call the Satoshi Nakamoto hoax. See, it was a cipher. That's why it takes so many Satoshis to make one Bitcoin. It's a very special kind of come hither move. So, I'm the destroyer of false things. Thank you to those of you who have made the appropriate phone calls. Because the quarantine is real, nobody gets to hurt children. So, let's scatter some energy with the pineal gland here. Get some good smells. And this for those of us who didn't want to see those things, and we just knew how to hold energy. Thank you, Kundalini. Yes. Hi. I love you, darlings. We're all safe here. Special halo of protection. Okay. Special smudge. Thank you to those of you who've been in the advanced hyper screening with me. Those of you that catch this later, thank you too. Love you. Right. So 0 points energy on all of this. And let's do a little bit of a shuffle. See what I can find out. Because Archangel Gabriel's gonna pull a song for us from the I Love Musical Tower down. That's my girl, she's so crazy. Oh yeah, who's been waiting for this? Okay, come on, we have to talk about this first, because look, that's like the reunion cards right there. Oh my, somebody's been waiting. Oh my god, it's like I just can't, man. Gran consolazione. That's a very big relief somebody's gonna have about this reunion here. I wonder about that. So y'all in love? Are we in love? Are we in love? Let's get a song. Let's see what we can find. Get the tarot deck of Musica. Show me on the right one. Okay. Clear on some energy. Oof. And let's just go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. This is Hello, It's Me by Todd Rundgren. I thought about it. Ooh, how about the one that seems to have gotten away, but maybe not that far, is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm hearing that one right there. Let's see what the Sepia So, we're just like out in the open, I'm hearing, and it's like, well, that's the everyone look. What some people have had to learn how to do, especially if you've had people like trying to take a chip at you lately, and I'm hearing it's because sometimes you just show up with your gift and, you know, people can be rude. And here we go, La Nemica showing up here in front of me. I'm hearing it's like sometimes the two-faced nature of people, and it's like, don't call me bipolar. You never even made an attempt to be authentic with anyone, so boo. And let's talk about that too, because energy, all energy is like isn't it bipolar? Isn't it like, hi, we just move and you can't divide us, separate us, or lie about it anymore? And what some people might look like in your life right now, if just the idea of them coming in saying, hey, yeah, I'll be traipsing around your area, makes some of you all feel energetically imprisoned. And what it is to be aware of hypersentience, what Brigiane means for some of you, and I'm hearing for some of you all, it's just like, especially if somebody tried to take something like your energy or your IP, wherever that's stacked, it got witnessed, maybe by me, and what it is to be caught and packed up part and parcel, and healing that some of us are actually going to get, especially if it's like having had somebody dangle this idea around you, like, you know, I might get around to you sometime, and I'm a good guy, and what it feels like to just be over that, and where the cacophony comes to an end, because that's Fortuna right there. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's just like learning about new friends and things that you didn't know that don't have to end, that'll take you through sort of a metamorphosis of the soul. And I don't even know how my little girl just climbed through this maze here that I made, but I really needed a baby gate, and I need a better one here when I'm trying to separate what's going on between me and her. I love you guys. I hope you have a good one. Let me know what you think about these readings. I'd love to hear it. I love your comments. If you would like your own reading, hit me up at artoflove.me. I'd love to take a look for you with just your energies, and if I don't hear from you, take care. Get you again soon when we're back for another one. Bye for now. Promise that you'll catch me.